Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. This will be a postpartum workout for beyond the kind of reconnect phase, so at least 6 weeks past your birth date. And we'll do this one a little bit differently than we've done some of the others recently. Good morning, Angeline, and hi, Maddie, later watching this. We're gonna do a little more core focus in our warm-up today. Not a ton and not the whole time. And then we're going to move into a 15-minute continuous on a timer set of movements mixed with stretches. So a little bit different format today. I hope that you enjoy it, and we will go from here. So for our warm-up, let's come down to your mat and find a comfortable position. You can lay on your back, you can sit crisscross. Hi, Mary. And just take this moment to disconnect from your day, come onto your mat, come into yourself, and take a couple of deep breaths to kind of center and get a feel for how your body's feeling today and what you need from the following 30 to 40 minutes. So again, you can have a seat crisscross, or you can lay on your back. And we'll just start to work on those deeper breaths. Getting some things set up for a little bit later. Okay, so I'll walk you through a few of your final rounds of breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Picture that diaphragm muscle that connects all across your ribs to your spine. As you breathe in, it presses down, moves down to make room for air to come into your chest cavity and your lungs. So kind of picture it pulling down as you breathe in. Your belly will expand, your chest will expand, and then as you breathe out, practice relaxing the diaphragm muscle, connecting your ribs to your spine, as well as the pelvic floor muscle that kind of covers the bottom surface of your pelvis. So those two move together. As you breathe in and the diaphragm pulls down, it creates pressure and presses down on the pelvic floor to create tension. And then as you exhale, really try to release through the pelvic floor and let that diaphragm relax as it comes back up and presses the breath out of your body. Let's do 2 more big rounds of deep breaths. Belly and ribs expand. You feel that stretch into your back side, and exhale, relax, really focusing on the pelvic floor, but also up into your shoulders and your neck. Just let those exhales be a physical release of tension. One more time, big deep breath in. And exhale, release. Okay, we're gonna start class on our backs today. So come down to the floor, and I'll help us get set up in this and walk through a little bit more of the technical aspect of it today. So first up, we're going to walk through dead bugs. We'll start with the breathing that we just did in the upright position. So when you inhale, you have a nice arch through your back. You're really expanding through your front side body here. And then when you exhale, think about rolling your pelvis down to press your low back into the mat. And then hold it here. So inhale again, but don't let your spine come up off of the ground. So you're still expanding through the belly, but we're not arching through the back. And you'll notice in my voice it sounds a little bit tighter because I'm holding pressure through there. And so it's harder for me to get that relaxed tone of voice because there is work here in my core. Next up, we're going to bring the arms up over the chest and the knees up over the hips. Your feet are in towards each other a little bit, and your knees are out like you would be holding a big ball here. So from this point, very carefully, we're going to reach opposite arm and leg overhead into the floor and then bring them back up. You don't have to touch the floor. You want to move to that point where you feel the work and like your low back is about to maybe come up off the ground, but it never does. So if you start to arch, you bring your leg and hand back to the center. It may be right here, which is great. You may be able to tap the floor with your foot. Let's do 10 on each side. Remember not to hold your breath. So we'll inhale, exhale to reach, and bring it back. Just play around with this movement and see if you can get that feeling of deep work in the core. Couple more. Nice job. Keep working. Should be feeling it. Maybe a little bit of shaking. That's okay. Last one on each side. And then we'll come down. Hug the knees to the chest. Nice and gentle. A little rock side to side. We're going to do one more core movement. 5 times on each side. So go ahead and rock over to either side. I'm going to start with the left side down. We're going to do a side plank hip lift here. So knees are a little bit in front of the line of your hips. Feet are in line with your hips behind you. So you've got a little triangle here with your knees and your hips. I prefer to do this one with my top knee raised. It feels better to my hips. You can play around with letting your knees stay down or raising it up. The bottom knee and the foot stay on the ground. Our hips are what's going to lift. Before we do that, if I'm just relaxing here, I kind of have a curve to my lower ribs here. Take a deep breath in to pull yourself into proper alignment. So straight line from the shoulder down to the hips. So not relaxed, but pulled up. And then hold that pressure there, just like we did on our back side. And from here, take a deep breath in. And exhale, press the hips up and forward. And come back down. Big breath in. And exhale, press up. We'll do this 5 times, so 3 more. Exhale to press. Keep that bottom side ribs lifted. 1 more. And a little glute squeeze at the top. Very good. Let's come around to get the other side. That's a great kind of warm-up transition eventually to side plank. We're not quite there today. All right, so choose your position for your knees. Same thing here. Lift through the ribs to get into proper activated position. Take a deep breath in and press up and forward. Nice stretch for the hips. Maintain your pressure in your core so that you can keep the bottom side ribs lifted and strong. 2 more. Last one. Very good. Let's roll over now to a tabletop position. We'll do a couple rounds of cat and cow because they feel so good. So inhale, drop the belly down, look forward, just straight ahead. And exhale, press into your hands, tuck your spine up, let your head hang between your arms. Nice stretch for the back side here. We'll move through this a few more times. Inhale through cat, or cow, this is a cow. And exhale, here comes cat, let your head hang. 1 more time, inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Okay, come to a seated position. If you've got a blanket, you may want it for your knees. So we've worked on warming up through the hips. Oh, I forgot Angelina, Mary, you guys know each other. Anyway, we're gonna move into some mobility and stretching for the hips. So for this one, it might feel good to have a blanket underneath you. It's no big deal if you don't. So come on down to have a seat. We want one leg going across the front of you and the other leg coming out to the side. So it's kind of like a side saddle seat here. This is called Shin Box, and we're just going to do a couple little side to sides here. So hands come to your hips, and depending on what your hips have available to you, this will look different for all of us. Mine are super tight, and so I have to lean back quite a lot to get my knees side to side, but all we're going to do is sit here like this. Hands can be out here in front or on your hips, and we're just going to take the knees side to side. So I'll end up turning away from you. Look how much lean back I have to get, and then I come to this side. Okay, so that's okay. Adjust however you need to get from side to side. Lean back, and eventually, you know, the more practice we have with this, there will be less of that compromising your posture to get there. I also always notice that I kind of move and like inch forward a little bit as I do this. That's okay. So we'll just do a couple times to each side. I really like how this feels on the hips. Both just sitting here, but also doing the side to side. Okay, let's go one more time each way. And the next time you're at a side, just pause here. I'm going to talk to you for a moment while you stretch this out. So try to, whichever leg is to the back, so for me, my right leg, try to really reach that hip down to the ground. So you're trying to press your hips even. Spin around so you can see me. So just a friendly reminder about these classes. Everyone is welcome to take these. They are designed specifically for postpartum women. As a reminder to you, if you are postpartum, I hope that you have completed the 4-week Reconnect class where we really focus on breath work, reconnecting with your core muscles, and kind of rehabbing the pelvic floor. And then beyond that, you should definitely be cleared by your doctor for exercise and hopefully have seen a pelvic floor physical therapist, even if you've been cleared. There are lots of dysfunctions and signs that they can look for that I think get overlooked for women by just their one checkup that they have after birth. So you deserve more comprehensive care than that, and if you need a recommendation, I'm happy to recommend some Tulsa area pelvic floor physical therapists. All right, let's take the knees to the other side. We'll sit here for a minute while I talk through one more little thing to be aware of. So things, mamas, that you want to watch out for in this class: we don't want any leakage, we don't want any pulling or too much pressure on the pelvic floor or on your cesarean scar. So those are things to watch out for, and to stop activity if something that we're doing is creating pain, pressure, pulling, things like that in your pelvis or on your scar. The final thing to watch out for is coning. So we talked about that a lot during pregnancy, but you still have that linea alba down the center of your core muscles here. It's connective tissue, not muscles, and everyone has it, but what happens during pregnancy is it starts to separate a little bit, and so we want to watch out to avoid positions where that gets a little bit worse. So if you picture any kind of like pointing coming out of that connective tissue, or that connective tissue is bulging out, then stop what you're doing there too. And you can message me, let me know that it's happening, and we'll troubleshoot. Okay, let's stand up. It's time for the workout. So today we've got 2 moves and 1 stretch. We're gonna go through the process, or the whole set, 5 times, and it's gonna be in an EMOM style. So you'll have a set number of reps to do in a minute, and any extra time you have, you get to connect to your breath, breathe, and relax. So the first move that we'll do is lunges. You can do walking lunges or in-place lunges, and we haven't done any weighted exercises yet, so if you want to add weight today, you can. It can be a dumbbell in each hand. You could wear baby on your chest or on your back. So that's the first move. We'll do 4 on each leg, and then whatever time is left in the minute, you'll get to rest. The second move is push-ups. Let me see how many we've got today. We're just doing 3, and we were going to do them elevated. So this will be your first time to do push-ups since pregnancy. So if you've got a kitchen counter, I want you to do it on the kitchen counter, or if you have a big step-up box, you could do it on that or any kind of railing. But ideally, the bar would be higher than your waist. So if you're watching this and you're not postpartum, this is a great way to learn proper form for push-ups and just to get back to the basics of that movement. And then finally, the third move is a happy baby stretch. So we'll be on the floor. If you are baby wearing today, I will give you some other options for that, because that will be hard to do with a baby on your chest or your back. So I will start the timer. This is 15 minutes, and then we're going to come down to stretch and call it good for today. Big progress here is in reintroducing push-ups and reintroducing weighted movements. So listen to your body as always, and if you need to rest or avoid a movement, feel free to do that. So grab your weights. I'm going to start our time. And we'll do 4 on the right leg followed by 4 on the left. We'll go in 2, 1, big step forward, drop your hips down and press back. 2. Good. Stay in control, especially of your torso. So you want the shoulders to stay over the hips even as we're moving forward. So there's not a lot of swaying motion in the upper body. Last one. All right, now we've got a nice long rest. You can focus on your deep breaths and letting yourself calm down after that. Also, don't feel like you have to stay at the same pace as me. So maybe you're just now finishing up those lunges. Okay, we've got 10 seconds till we start our next movement, which is the push-up. So I'm going to do it right here. I've got a ledge here. Here we go. Hands are a little bit wider than your shoulders. Elbows go out just a little bit, and you bring everything down together at once. We're just doing 3. Take a deep breath in, lower down, and exhale, press away. One more time. In, come down, exhale, press away. Okay, so each time we do that one, I'll kind of help you troubleshoot it a little bit. And what we really want to pay attention to is that your shoulders, your hips, and your ankles all move together in one straight line, and there's not any sagging through the hips or kind of reaching with the head. So that's why elevated is a great way to reactivate all of those muscles. Let's come down to the ground. For happy baby, we're going to hold it for 30 seconds and do our deep breaths. If you've got baby on your chest or your back, you can come down into a squat this way. All right, here we go. Come on down. Happy baby stretch. Hold on to the outsides of the feet. Pull the knees down toward your shoulders and just rock side to side. Focus on taking full deep breaths all the way into the ribs. And then as you exhale, relax the pelvic floor. What can help with this is also making sure that you're relaxing through the jaw and the lips. Tension there is directly tied to tension in the pelvic floor. You guys stay down here. I'm going to check on our timer. Oh, all right, time to stand up. So hop back up. We'll go back to those lunges. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me better and try to walk us through it a little better this time. 5 seconds. Remember, there's no hurry. All right, here we go. Big step with the right foot, straight down through the hips, and then press off of the right foot to come back. Keep your torso as steady as you can. 3, whoop, and 4. Switch legs. 1, 2, last one, and 4. Okay, rest, set your weights down. And we'll get ready for push-ups. 15 seconds. So something to think about for push-ups is use your breath to create extra strength in your torso. We've got 3 seconds. Go ahead and get into position. So as you breathe in, picture it like you're filling an aluminum can up with liquid. And come down, exhale, press away. Inhale, fill up. Come down, exhale, press away. One more time, inhale. Come down, exhale, press away. All right, that was 3. So what I was saying about the can is your core muscles wrap all the way around your body in kind of a cylindrical shape to support your torso and your bones for staying upright. If you fill that up with air, your can becomes much stronger, just like an aluminum can filled with Coke or whatever's in it is much stronger than an aluminum can that's empty. So think about that as you're doing all of these moves, push-ups, lunges. Use your breath and then that pressure to create strength. All right, let's grab the outsides of the feet again for happy baby. Rock side to side. Just play around here. Deep, deep breaths. Use your exhales to relax the jaw, the pelvic floor, into the hips, anywhere that you feel tension built up. And we'll hop back up very carefully. The start of round 3, okay? So we've got about 10 seconds. We start those lunges again. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, here we go. 4 per leg, big step. Press back, big step. Try to go as low as you can. That back knee doesn't have to touch the ground. But the front knee gets to almost 90 degrees. Lunge, press back. 3, last one. Okay, set your weights down. We'll get ready for push-ups. Exciting day, adding push-ups back in. Maybe adding weight to your lunges. If you've got questions about push-ups, let's address them. There's lots of time for chatting today on these rests. So we've got 10 seconds. Once you finish your 3, if you think of anything specific that you have questions about, type it in here and I'll try to answer. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Big breath in and lower down. Exhale, press away. Again. So your chest is kind of coming down to the counter and you press away. All right, that was 3. We'll be down to the floor for happy baby next, but if you've got questions about push-ups, type them in real fast and I'll answer before the next round. We've only got 2 sets left of push-ups, so that's great. Doing great, guys. So a little bit less work potentially than previous weeks, but it's more intense, the work that we're doing. So the volume is less, but the intensity is more. All right, we've got 10 seconds to happy baby, so come on down. 3, 2, 1. Grab onto the feet. Pull them down toward your shoulders. Try to kick back into the feet as you're pulling down on the feet. Rocking side to side and taking deep, relaxing breaths. we'll carefully roll over to stand up. Starting round 4. About 6 minutes of time left in this workout. We'll do a stretch at the end. But we'll grab your weights to get ready for lunges. You're gonna make sure you can see. So I'll walk us through this again. When you're ready, take a big step forward with the right foot and then think about coming straight down through the hips. Then press yourself back. Big step forward, so it's not a step forward and then a lunge forward this way. It's a step forward and then a dropping down. Back knee bends, front knee bends. Step lower. One more. Press back, other leg. 2. And 4. Okay. Set your weights down, come back to your countertop or your box. We've got 15 seconds till we start push-ups. How are these feeling? Okay, 5, 4, 3, here we go. Deep breath in, create your core pressure. Come down, exhale, press away. Inhale, exhale, press away. You should feel your core engage right before you push. And if you're not feeling it yet, that's okay. There's a lot to learn and practice about that. It can take years. I don't think I really learned it as an exerciser until I was in college maybe, so over 10 years before it really clicked. We've got just over 30 seconds, or just under 30 seconds to happy baby. So go ahead and come back down to the ground. Or remember, you can also do a little squat this way if you've got baby on your chest or your back. Either one, they both really stretch and open up through the hips. So come on down. Here we go, 30 seconds. Wonderful, wonderful stretch. Rock side to side. Here we go, deep breaths, relax, enjoy this stretch. You deserve it. Then we only have one more round of work. We'll end with a chest opening stretch, one of my favorites to do from stretch class. And we'll bring the feet down, roll to one side, and press yourself up. Okay, last round. I can't tell. So it's showing I have 2 viewers, and I'm not sure if, I know Angeline that you're there. I'm not sure, Mary, if you're still there. I'm so happy you're watching. And if you're a secret watcher, let us know that you're there and doing this with us. Last set of lunges. Really focus on a big step and a drop down. Press away. One more. And let's switch legs. Steady through the torso, not too much swinging. Keep your chest up. Last one. Okay. That was 4 on each. Very nice job. We'll get ready for our last set of push-ups in 20 seconds. Use this time to deep breath in, slow breath out. It is Mary, hooray. All right, we've got 5 seconds. We'll do our last set of push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Get in a nice straight line, big deep breath in. And come down, exhale, push away. Feel that pressure, just like the change in my voice. Inhale, fill up, come down, exhale, push away. One more, big deep breath in. Come down, push away. There we go, we did it. That was 15 push-ups today. Come on down for happy baby next. I should have told you this at the beginning, but the lower your countertop is or your chair, the harder the push-ups will be. So if you want to keep practicing those and you need to make them easier or harder, just remember that the lower to the ground you are, the tougher it is, the more body weight you're pressing back up. So let's rock side to side here. Enjoy your last happy baby stretch. And we're going to move into open book stretch, which is also wonderful. Let your body settle down. Celebrate the small wins today, the reintroduction of push-ups and the reintroduction of weight to our leg moves. You showed up for another workout. I know times are hectic and busy. If you're a new mom, your sleep schedule's all off. Okay, let's roll over now to our left side. Hips will be at 90 degrees. Knees are at 90 degrees. If you've got a pillow or a block, you can set it underneath your head. We're going to stack the right arm on top of the left. This is one of my very favorite stretches. And inhale to open the right arm up behind you, just as far as you're able to go. If you can touch the ground, that's great. If not, just kind of let it float in the air. And then exhale, close it back up. So we're opening through the chest and then closing through the chest. The legs stay relatively still. And we get this great twist of the spine. 2 more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Last one. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. This time let's inhale to open and hold. Breathe out here, but keep your hand open. Try to get the right shoulder all the way down to the ground. Then we'll bring the feet through the center, so just roll your feet along the ground. Press into the ground to recenter your hips. And now we're going to roll onto the right side to do the same movement, but with the left hand moving. So bring the left hand over on top of the right, and then we'll inhale to open and exhale to close. Inhale to open, same thing as the right side, but notice if you feel anything different in the shoulders. 2 more, inhale to open, exhale to close. Last one, inhale to open, exhale to close. This time inhale and hold it open. Gaze is either straight up at the sky, or you can try to take your eyes over to the left hand if that feels okay to your neck. Couple of deep breaths here. You did it. The hard part is done. Now you get to stay here. When you're ready, walk your feet back through center so you've got some support through your legs. You can let your knees knock in together, or you can take a full traditional Savasana pose. We'll end here with a couple deep breaths, a little bit of gratitude. So come back to a nice slow inhale through the nose. See if you can fill up all the way into the bottom of your lungs. And then a very slow exhale. Couple more times. And exhale. You keep focusing on your breathing. I'm going to walk you through our favorite little meditation. So as you breathe, think of 2 to 3 things that you can be grateful for today. Grateful for the time and the health to be able to do this. Grateful for the sudden return to winter in Tulsa. Just 2 to 3 things you can pause and appreciate something about each one. Then we'll move on to our love lift, one of my favorite meditation exercises. Picture someone that you are missing right now And think of a happy place to be with them. Picture the two of you together in the warm sunshine. There's lots of laughter and smiling and touching and just joy in being together. Think of this person and kind of lift them up today. Lift them up in your thoughts and hold them close. And we'll move on to something for you. So take a moment to hold yourself close. Really kind of examine your heart and see what it is that you need, either from yourself or from your day or from the world. Put it out there and don't be afraid to claim it as your own. And then as always, we'll end with as much time as you need to stay here on your mat in the quiet space. It's amazing what kinds of things can come to mind, what kind of clarity you can find if you give yourself even just 1 or 2 minutes to be still and let your mind settle. So thank you so much for joining me today. We'll do another workout just like this on Thursday at 10. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.